All right, guys, I had a question that came in I thought was really, really important. I don't really have the full time to address a ton of stuff about it tonight because I really want to make a great video. I've actually had a bunch of questions. One of them that came in and asked if I've ever used cupping for recovery because they thought it was either, they felt it was a really ridiculous thing to do. Cupping, like at the Olympics a few years ago, you'd see all the athletes with the big blisters and circles everywhere on the back, shoulders, legs, things like that. And the honest answer is yes. I think you've seen me on videos before. I'll have like a big purple spot on a shoulder or a bicep, and I put them on my legs all the time. I've got some rubber ones in my bag over there. I've got the plastic ones with the suction things on them. I've actually got them upstairs. We cleaned house the other day and I put them away by accident because I don't use them near as much as I do the little rubber ones that I keep with me in my gym bag. And then I have a mechanical electrical one as well that I use quite often, to be honest. But it's really, really strong, but it also has heat in it as well. I do use it. I use it more if something is hurting, and I'll get it on my hip. If my hip's hurting, at the top of the hip flexor, a lot of times on a bicep, on a shoulder, and I've done a pec as well. I don't think it's ridiculous at all. And I began using them because, and this falls into another question that I need to address as well, hopefully this week. I began using them when I began using peptides more and more for recovery, because I do feel that using the suction cups and creating local stimulation, blood flow stimulation in the spot that you need it to recover is extremely important in getting the peptide to work in the area that you want it to work. We always talk about peptides working systemically. Well, most people are not taking a peptide because they want it to work systemically. They're taking it because they have an injury in the knee. They pulled a hamstring, pulled a bicep, shoulder hurts, tricep, pec, something of that nature. So we're not generally not taking it for a systemic thing, although that is a very good thing, as I take it for my stomach as well in an oral form. But it is extremely important that if you were trying to get that peptide to heal a certain area of the body, you need to create some sort of blood flow and circulation in that area. It's a very, very important signal. I'm going to try to go over a little bit more in video when I have a little more time, hopefully this week. But I use the suction cups on the parts of my body that need to be healed, or that I want those peptides to go to, usually just before and during I inject the peptides. And I try to keep some sort of circulation of blood flow going in that specific area during what would be the active life of that peptide. So to answer your question, I absolutely think that cupping is absolutely worth it. If you can get one of the electronic ones, it's definitely worth it. They're absolutely great. The plastic ones, the suction ones, the tube that come out and you can suck all the, pump all the air out. Those are really good. They're very, very strong. If you're doing something on your back, if you're doing something professional, those are really, really good, but they do require a little more cleanup. The little rubber ones, blue rubber ones from Amazon, the ones I've got in my bag, those are the ones that I use most often. They provide the least amount of suction, but they're really, really cheap, less than 20 bucks. And I got like 4 or 5 or 6. And when I'm done with them, I just pour some water on them and wipe them out, put them back in my bag. Very, very little cleanup, no mess, no stress. So they're absolutely worth it. As an athlete, one of those little things you should slowly, slowly invest in, I think. Can't go wrong. Hope it answers your question. I want to answer a lot more very soon. Have a great one, guys.